Hey, welcome to another episode of Church in 5, where in 5 minutes or less, you will get some revelation, inspiration, or motivation to get you closer in your walk of faith with God. I am Michael Ayers, founder of basisforsuccess.com, and in this episode, I want to talk about how God has you completely covered. The name of this episode is Only God Can Go Ahead of You and Come Behind You While Standing in the Gap for You. Yeah, I know it's a lot, but that's why only God can do it. The main theme is God has you completely covered. So just to let you know, I'm going to have to do this pretty fast, so please feel free to watch again because there is so much power in what we'll be going over today. Let's go to Exodus 14, 3-4. What we're going to do is we're going to break down this whole chapter in 5 minutes, and it's very powerful. Now, here at this time in the story of Exodus, Moses and the Israelites just walked out of Egypt completely free from being slaves for the last 400 years to the Egyptians, and they are on their way to their new home that God has prepared for them, their promised land. Now, in Exodus 14, 3-4, God is speaking to Moses after they had departed from Egypt. It says, "For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are bewildered by the land. The wilderness has closed them in. Then I will harden Pharaoh's heart so that he will pursue them, and I will gain honor over Pharaoh and over all his army, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord." And they did so. That's exactly what happened to the Egyptians. They began to pursue the Israelites. So in this verse, we see that our God can see the future. He already knows what will happen to us and who will try to come against us. And by us seeking him, he can tell us and give us the right paths to follow, even when there seems to be no way out. Now we would jump to Exodus 14, 19-20. And it says, "Then the angel of God, who had been traveling in front of Israel's army, withdrew and went behind them. The pillar of cloud also moved from in front of and stood behind them, coming between the armies of Egypt and Israel. Throughout the night, the cloud brought darkness to the one side and light to the other side, so neither went near the other all night long." So here we see God is standing in between the Israelites and their enemy, the Egyptians. This is amazing because just when it may seem as if the enemy has you, God comes and stands right in the middle. This shows us that our enemy can only come so close to us. He can never really touch us if it's against God's will. Now, check this out. We know that God is standing in the gap right now so that the Egyptians, who are the enemies, can't touch the Israelites, God's chosen people. But while standing in the gap, the Israelites are faced with another obstacle, the Red Sea. It seems like it's all over and there is no other path available, but God clears the paths and makes a way. Let's look at Exodus 14:21. It says, "Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and all the night the Lord drove the sea back with a strong east wind and turned it into dry land. The waters were divided." Is this not amazing how God just made a way out of no way while standing in between to protect his chosen people? It continues on to say the Israelites walked on dry ground. Where it once was completely covered, God made it seem so easy to make a clear path. This just shows us that, yeah, it may be impossible for you and I, but nothing is impossible for God. Now let's just recap what he has done for the Israelites. He has told them the future to let them know he knows all. He has stood in the gap so the enemy can't even get near them. He completely blocked the enemy. He has made a way out of no way, and just when we thought it was all over and it was done, if we jump to Exodus 14:27, "And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and when the morning appeared, the sea returned to its full depth while the Egyptians were fleeing into it." So the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. He just cleared their path. He just erased everything from hindering them from moving forward. Swish, it was completely gone, and not one of the Egyptians that was pursuing them survived. See, no matter what has kept you from moving forward in your life, if God is on your side, he can erase your past, show you your future, protect you from your haters, all the while making the impossible just happen for you. Because God has you completely covered. Hey, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that episode of Church on Fire. So here's a couple things you can do on this page. You can watch a previous episode. You can subscribe for our upcoming episodes, which will be released daily. You can get our free report, How to Position Your Life for Freedom. You can find out how to find your passion, and you can get my book, Just Move, Your Life Depends on It, free. So whatever you want to do, go ahead and click away, and I just hope you have a blessed day, and remember that success is up to you. Thank you.